My MIL tried to force me to sign custody of my future baby boy over because I stole her son. Her meltdown was legendary when we revealed the gender. My mother-in-law Diane had this whole theory about how I stole her son from her. She'd tell anyone who would listen that before I came along, Trevor was the perfect son who called her every day and visited twice a week. Now he barely visits once a month because I'm holding him hostage with my manipulation. The first time she brought up her solution was at a family barbecue 3 months after our wedding. She pulled me aside while Trevor was helping his dad with the grill and said, "I've been thinking about how to make this fair. When you have a son, he'll be mine to raise. You took my boy, so you owe me another one." I actually laughed because I thought she was joking, but her face stayed completely serious. I already talked to my lawyer friend about grandparent rights. We can make it official. She kept bringing it up constantly after that. Every single family gathering, she'd mention her future grandson and how she was already planning his nursery in her house. She bought boy clothes and stored them in what she called his room. She'd introduce me to people as the woman who stole her son, but would make it right by giving her a grandson. Trevor thought his mom was just being weird and going through some phase. He'd tell her to stop, but then she'd cry about how I turned him against her and how she had nothing left to live for. So he'd back down and tell me to just ignore her, because she didn't really mean it. She absolutely meant it. Diane started sending me articles about pregnancy nutrition and prenatal vitamins. She signed me up for fertility clinic newsletters without asking. She'd loudly ask about my period at family dinners to track if I might be pregnant. When I said that was inappropriate, she said tracking her grandson's arrival was her right as the future primary caregiver. She actually created a contract on legal-looking paper that said I agreed to hand over my firstborn son to make up for taking hers. She brought it to Thanksgiving dinner and tried to make me sign it in front of everyone. When I refused, she started sobbing about how I was destroying her life twice, first by stealing Trevor and now by denying her a replacement son. Things escalated when she found out I was actually pregnant. Trevor had wanted to wait to tell people, but someone from my job saw us at the ultrasound place and word got back to Diane somehow. She showed up at our house at 10 at night with a minivan full of baby stuff, all of it blue. "I knew you were hiding my baby from me," she said, trying to push past me with an armload of boy clothes. When I told her we didn't know the gender yet, she said she had prayed for a boy, and God wouldn't betray her like we had. She started coming to all my doctor appointments without being invited. She'd just show up and tell the staff she was the primary guardian preparing to take custody. She told my actual doctor that I was just a surrogate carrying her son's baby for her. The medical staff had to call security twice because she kept insisting she had legal rights to be in the room. She joined pregnancy groups online pretending to be pregnant herself, posting about how her surrogate was being difficult, and asking for advice on getting custody of the baby immediately after birth. The climax came at my baby shower. She sent out invitations that said, "Celebrating Diane's new son," with no mention of me at all. The decorations were all pictures of Trevor as a baby with signs saying, "Getting my baby back," and "My second chance." She'd set up 2 gift tables, one labeled Diane's baby, and one labeled the surrogate. When guests arrived, she thanked them for supporting her journey to motherhood again. She kept referring to me as the vessel and herself as the real mother. She'd prepared this